Britney, bitch.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to tell you and explain all the vampires' abilities in all the Twilight movies and the books. And I really don't have a disclaimer. All I can say is that I might not be well versed with the books, but I will try my best to make the information of both mediums work together. Vampires are the primary creatures in the Twilight universe, and while their origins are still unknown, we still have enough information on their species as a whole to help us with this video. So vampires, they are mortal beings who have to drink human or animal blood to survive. And as we all know, to become a vampire, you have to bite a human, transferring your venom into them, thus turning them. And after they're turned, their features are perfected. And an interesting fact is that their skin becomes flawless in texture with a marble-like substance much harder and stronger than granite. And due to the crystalline properties of their cells, this is why their bodies sparkle when exposed to sunlight. Now I don't know if this fact is from the books or the movies, but if a vampire drinks human blood, their eyes will reflect a red color. But if they drink animal blood, it's a golden color. I think it's from the books because I always thought the reason their eyes were golden in the movies were because of contacts. Vampires' physical and mental abilities far exceed those of human beings. These traits do vary between different vampires, which is understandable. Not every vampire is the same. Now some do develop extra abilities called special gifts, which I'll get into later because in this section we're only talking about basic vampire abilities. So to start off, we're going to talk about vampire strength. A vampire is said to be thousands of times stronger than any human. They're able to lift objects several hundred times their own weight. They can destroy granite boulders. They could subdue any prey, throw around cars, crush metal, and uproot trees with their bare hands. Edward had even told Bella he had to be careful around her because he could lose control and kill her very easily. By him wanting to touch her face, he could accidentally crush her skull by mistake. Another interesting fact is that newborn vampires are stronger than older vampires because of their lingering human blood. We see this when Bella and Emmett arm wrestle, and she not only beat him, she was able to crush the rock underneath him. And finally, another advantage super strength can offer is letting a vampire leap very long and incredible distances. Good examples would be Edward being able to leap over a 500-yard wide river with no problems, and Bella being able to leap over twice his distance. Another ability is vampires' amazing speed. They're able to run in excess of 100 miles per hour, even faster than the human eye can see. We see this when Victoria was running away, and she ran so fast she became a blur. And then we see this when the Cullen family was playing baseball. Emmett was described to be a blur on the field. And when Edward was trying to catch a ball that was said to have been hit like a meteor, he was moving so quickly he actually caught it. They can actually lay down and sit up within the same fraction of time. But it has been said that and I might say the name wrong, Quillette wolves are known for their speed, so they can actually catch up with them. Vampire senses are enhanced as well. Their vision allows them to see the smallest thing. Like microscopic vision, they can zoom in on anything. Also, while running, they can see and sense everything that's around them, which helps so they won't run into anything or get taken by surprise. It's why they find glasses and contacts so irritating. They can see the most smallest crack or rip. A vampire's sense of smell can come into use when they hunt, trying to track down whatever they're looking for. They can smell objects or people miles away if the wind is in their favor. And as a vampire grows old, they can smell the difference between scents of various things like blood or fabrics. Now, what has been said, vampires can hear the most muted sounds. They can hear sounds several miles away. They can be sure that there are multiple people in a room. They can also hear organs inside of people's bodies, like their heartbeats or their pulse beating inside their veins. And finally, taste and touch. Taste allows them to taste much more flavors with depth and precision. They're even able to taste if a human they're feeding on just done drugs or alcohol. And as for touch, they can feel the slightest change of temperature around them. They can even feel the heat radiating from a human several miles away. And they have something called a sixth sense. It allows them to sense danger. And we're almost done. We have a few more things to talk about before I get into their special gifts. So another feature about vampires is that they're basically indestructible. And this happens during the transition that their cells become really hard, durable, and retractive. Their bodies are so tough that they're unable to be harmed by human weapons. We get examples like Carlisle attempting to jump from very tall heights, tries to drown himself, and afterwards was completely unharmed. And while their bodies are indestructible, there are still some non-human ways they can hurt themselves. So it's a good thing that they can heal themselves. Even fatal wounds like their limbs getting torn off, they'll just reattach themselves. And this is the real finally. We're going to talk about a vampire's flexibility. When vampires turn, their bodies become really flexible. Their agility is greatly enhanced too, which allows them to do many gymnastic and martial arts moves fused with their strength, balance, reflexes, and speed. We see this how they're able to flip, twist, bend, and swing without any problems. When a human turns, they may have a particular intense skill or characteristic that is heightened that becomes a supernatural power. And no vampire has the same power because no one thinks the same. Now I'm going to try and list the vampires with special abilities. Edward has telepathy. He can see and hear other people's thoughts. Alice has precognition. She can see into the future. Jasper has pathokinesis. He can feel the emotions of those around him. Bella is a shield. This protects her from others' gifts. Renesmee has tactile thought projection. She can project her visions and thoughts onto someone by making physical contact with them. Auror has tactile telepathy. He can see every thought someone has ever had. Marcus can sense relationships between people. Didymi had an aura that allowed her to project an atmosphere of happiness. Afton had mental invisibility. Jane had pain illusion. And Safrina had visual projection. And that's all I'm going to list for now. If you want me to make another video covering all the rest of their abilities, I can do that too. It's just that there are a lot, and I didn't want this video to be that long. To give my end thoughts, I really hope you guys liked the video. I know there are some Twilight fans out there, or if you just like supernatural stuff as a whole. And honestly, by the end of this video, I do want to watch the movies now, even though we all remember that fight scene. Still not over it.